Okay, this time our topic for today it is a number system, and this is the diagram of the classification of our numbers. First, of course, let's elaborate first what is complex number. Complex number it is also known as Gaussian integers, and it has this kind of format, or it can be expressed in this way, which is the A part here, as we can see, it is the real part. And the B here is the imaginary part. Okay? The BI is the imaginary number, okay? Usually, the A and B, it is are real numbers. What are the real numbers? We will elaborate more later. But if A becomes 0, so it becomes like this format, this is what we called already a pure imaginary. But if the B part becomes 0, it becomes like this, it is what we call real. Okay? It is also, we need to remember also that this complex number can be flat, which is what we call the Argand diagram in or in Argand plane or Gauss plane. Okay, let's have some example. Okay, first this point, right? This is our complex number, which is composed of real part and imaginary part. So let's do this. First, of course, we need to draw this line, which is the x part here, or the horizontal line. It is what we call real axis. This part, I'm sorry, this part, the A part, or the vertical axis, which is y, is it is what we call imaginary axis. This one, okay. So let's plot this. Okay, let's plot this. First, of course, 1 here and 3. Let's count upward. 1, 2, 3 here. This is our point 1, right? Okay, let's have some examples. More. First is negative 2. We know that this part is negative 2 and positive 4. Let's count 4 upward. 1, 2, 3, 4 here. Negative 2 and positive 4. This is our point 2. Lastly, 5, which is positive 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, 5. And then positive 1 here. This is our, sorry, it is point 3. Okay? And now you know how to plot complex number. Okay? Let's go to another topic that is under in complex number in order for us to understand it more. We are already done to have an overview in our complex number. This time, let's elaborate more in imaginary numbers. Imaginary numbers, when we hear the imaginary numbers, the first thing that comes in our mind is letter I, which is the imaginary symbol. Do you know that it is introduced by Swiss mathematician Leonhard Euler, and it has value of negative square root of 1. Okay, so let's have some trivia. Do you know also in advanced mathematics, we are usually or more convenient using J rather than I as our imaginary part? It's because makes us confused in current in electrical circuit. So, yeah. But in this topic, we can use I naman or J if you prepare J. Okay. We are done in imaginary number. Let's go to real numbers. In real numbers, it can be classified into two, which is irrational numbers and rational numbers. So let's go to irrational number first. What is irrational numbers? From the word itself, it cannot express into ratio. Anything that is number that cannot be expressed into ratio. Like this. That is one some of the great example for this. Pi, e, and square root of 2. And square root of 2 is also known as first irrational number. This irrational number, it is also known as transcendental number too, okay? Okay, Now we are finished in rational number. Let's dig deeper in rational numbers naman po. In rational numbers, from the word itself, these are the number that can be ratio. So, as we can see, these are some examples for this. For example, this, 2 over 3, it can be ratio. So, it is classified as rational ratio. And negative 5, we know if this kind of whole number, it is also equivalent to negative 5 over 1. And also, 0.11111, it is also equals to 1 over 9. It is also equals to 1 over 9. So it can be put into ratio. And 0.25, it is also equals to 1/4, right? So it is rational number. Next, let's go deeper in integers naman po. Integers, these are the numbers that is whole number. It's either negative, positive, anything that is a whole number. And it's negative. Every number that has a negative sign. 0 is also part of integers. Positive numbers are the counting numbers or natural numbers. It's either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, so on and so forth. Either add or even, it is considered as positive number na po. And then we know that in positive number, it can be classified to two. It's either prime or composite. Let's go to prime first. Prime are the numbers that are greater than 1 that has no positive divisor other than 1 in itself. Example for this is 2, 3, 5, 7. Because we know that 2 can be divided by itself, 2. And by 1, we can divide it by 1. But it cannot be divided by other numbers, right? So it is considered as prime number. Do you know that only 2 is the even number that is considered prime number? That's a trivia, of course. Okay, let's go to composite number naman po. Composite number, it has at least one divisor other than 1 in itself. Example for this are 2, 6, 8, 9. 2, for example, 4. 4 can be divided to itself, can be divided to 1, and can be divided to 2. Diba? So that's the difference between prime and composite. Again, prime is the number greater than 1 that has no positive divisor other than 1 in itself. While composite number, it has at least one divisor other than 1 in itself. Okay? So, we are finishing this part already. Let's go dig deeper in non-integers naman po. Non-integers, it can be classified as two terminating decimals or non-terminating but repeating decimals. What are the terminating decimals? From the word itself, terminate. It can be terminated already. What does it mean? For example, this 1/2. If you put it into decimal point, it can be written as 0.5, right? It can be written as 0.5 already. It stops 0.5. For example, 1 over 8. It can be written as 0.125. So it stops already. Not unlike this one, the non-terminating. It is also 0.1111. It continues until forever. It continues. It continues the number. And which can be ratio. We know that 0.11111 is also equals to 1 over 9. And 0.33 1 over 3. Okay. Okay, that's it. So that's all for today. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.